timer is starting. All right. We're using a new timer system, yeah.
We are using a new timer system, so welcome back. This is the BrantFurred podcast. Under new management? Sure, let's go with that.
You can't really say it's new management, it's just less management.
Okay, under less management. There's been some changes to our lineup, basically. Mm-hmm. So we're no longer Brantford 4, we're 3 for the moment. Might look to fill somebody into the space at some point, but for now, 3's fine. It also makes it easier, we can get these out more often, different things like that.
We're coasting.
Well, just to remind you, I'm Foxin.
And this is Riffti.
And Isaac Zephyr.
Because you need the whole name in there.
I do need the whole goddamn name. It's branding.
It's just like your Pokemon game.
It is just like
Isaac Zephyr. We need to do this. Isaac Zephyr. Hello, Isaac Zephyr.
Hey,
you have your whole name in the game?
Yeah. Because for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they gave you more characters that you can put your name in. So I could put my full name in there, and I was like, oh, sweet. So everyone was referring to me by my full name instead of just
Isaac.
Yeah.
How many characters? Because, like, my...
12.
I think that is my last name. Ruttherd. Okay, 11. So, yeah, no, I couldn't be... I'd be F Rutherford. I'd be Frutherford. I can't even say it.
No, they gave players the same amount of characters you can use to name a Pokemon, so you get 12, and it's like, oh, cool. Full name in there.
Sweet, I want to play as Kangaskhan.
I want to play as
Feraligatr. I love that, Feraligatr. It's not even Feraligatr, it's Feraligatr.
Yeah, exactly, because constrictions.
Because his full name is 13 characters. We only had 12, so it's like, fuck it.
No, I think it was only 10 back in the day.
Anyway, in the news department, our channel name is probably going to be changing from BrantFurred Radio Show to just BrantFurred in general. Because with our change of management, we've also decided we're probably going to be doing some gaming segments as well.
Which I'm excited for.
Yeah. Because I've had the recording stuff for a while. If anyone's actually seen my channel, I do games all the time, and I used to do stuff with Riffti where we do stuff like we did Tokyo Jungle for a while and whatnot. Different things on the PlayStation. So we have the tools.
We have the technology. We can rebuild it.
But I don't want to spend that much money.
6 million peso man. Your country needs you.
So yeah, that's going to be the next little while. These are going to be a bit shorter than they have been in the past as well, so we're going to aim for 30 minutes for this.
Less logging!
Yes, less logging, less talking, less boring you.
But that additional time is going to be brought up with, again, having gaming episodes as well. So we'll have 30 minutes here, and of that hour, 2 hours that would have been spent with podcast, that's now going to be divided amongst 30 minutes of podcast, 15 of game A, 10 of game B, etc. So same amount of content, but divided differently for more effect.
And while we don't know what games we're currently playing, we have a few in mind.
Yeah, we like Smash Brothers, Super Mario World. Oh man, we didn't put Mario Kart on the list. We could totally have just done Mario Kart.
Mario Kart has to be on that list. Added to the list.
Added to the list after the podcast.
Note.
So yes, with that,
any Mario game.
Yeah, anything Mario, you can easily do multiple.
Super Mario 3D World.
Old Mario Party games. Oh my god, that would be terrible though. Like a month and a half of us.
I think I have Mario Party 2.
We have it on digital download for the Wii.
Oh, nice. That was the best one.
Did they actually remove all the games that needed you to do like that palm spinny thing?
Well, no. Part of the palm spinny thing with the N64 controller was that it was ridged.
Yeah.
So with the Wii controller that you did that with, it's rubbered and
not as bad.
Soft.
Well, I know
it also rolls easier.
It's kind of a testament to how much fun people have playing your games that Nintendo actually had to release a glove, like a little rubber glove you could put on whenever you wanted to play Mario Party because of the joystick destroying games
and hands. Anyway, though, for future podcasts, because of us doing gaming now, we're going to avoid gaming as a topic for the podcast, because we're going to talk about that enough while we're playing games.
Yeah.
We're also going to fill it with a lot of random stuff. So we still will talk randomly on the podcast, because that's where we excel.
Yeah.
Babbling.
Babbling, indeed.
Rambling and babbling.
This also means that the podcast gets to open up more for the news segments that we were originally intending for. So what's going on locally? So once a month, we're going to get together kind of near the end of the month, probably, and then the beginning of the next month, we'll be releasing these episodes for kind of what happened during that month, more or less.
Well, speaking of local things happening, you guys just told me about that new cafe opening up in April, the Devil's Bench.
Yes, and you can guarantee that we're going to have a podcast about how we went there in April.
Maybe we could even bring our camera and be like, live. Well, not live.
We could.
Live on
It was live
location.
when we recorded it.
Yeah, live when we recorded this on location at the Devil's Bench.
We could.
We could even release that as a special.
With me also taking
Yes, I did
on-
just whoosh. Whoosh.
With me taking on additional editing as well, rather than just leaving the blank backdrop. I'm going to try, if we do talk about like a video or something, annotations, obviously, those are simple. But like if we did go to the Devil's Cafe and actually recorded the stuff, rather than we could make it its own thing. But we could also, I can also add the clips in as well. So hopefully there's a little bit more visual stimulation in future podcasts as well.
I feel like we just talked about porn, visual stimulation.
So we'll start how we should with this is news, things that happened in January. It was the new year. For the most part, online, more or less of the year sucked.
Yeah.
And
Which year? This year or last year?
2014.
Oh, God, yeah. 2014 was terrible for a lot of people.
A lot of stuff did happen. I mean, the major thing that I recall around Christmas time was the gas attack at, what was the FurCon?
Oh, I think that was...
Was that Midwest Fur Fest?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, the gas attack at Midwest Fur Fest. That was a really bad... Like...
Holy shit.
And then people on MSNBC laughed at it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that was so unprofessional of that reporter just running away.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to leave me speechless on something, and that literally leaves me speechless on it.
What was it? Like a powdered chlorine?
Yeah, it was like a powdered...
Or ammonia?
No, it was chlorine.
It was basically, I think it was mustard gas, basically the equation came down to. It was a gas attack.
Yeah, it was like an intentional criminal gas attack at a FurCon. And of course, like all the furry conventions like that I know are all saying like, this is what we're gonna do, make our cons safer, don't be afraid to come. Like Fernal Equinox posted something like that, where it's like, we're gonna have a lot of security, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
Well, they pretty much have to. Whenever somebody does something stupid like this, you have to increase your anti-stupidity efforts.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even the fact that I wasn't there, there was a lot of our friends who did go, and I was following live on Twitter of them all posting updates. And actually, I can't remember exactly who it was. I believe it was Wellness posted something that was actually very important. Know your furry friends' real names.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get separated and not be able to tell someone, I'm looking for this person.
Yeah.
Because you can go to a police officer or someone who's trying to help them, like, I'm looking for my friend.
What's his name?
Fluffy Panda.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't help
He's a
anybody.
big green dog.
What makes it worse is even like names like mine, where I've got Isaac Zephyr, where it's a simple enough name that you could mistake it for a common name.
Yeah.
Like I have people all over the place who call me Isaac who aren't even furries at all. It's just that's how they know me specifically, either from YouTube or just from hanging out with me elsewise.
Well, yeah, I call you Isaac, and that's just because I know you don't like being called your real name.
No, I don't really have a problem being called by my real name, but somewhere in like a situation like this where we are in character, more or less. I mean, I'm more or less like this no matter where I am. But I mean, like part of that character of me is, as Isaac, I believe that something like this, there's no excuse why it should have happened, and I agree with having to increase safety because it happened, but I don't believe in the sense of justice in me says it shouldn't have happened at all. Like, I don't see why someone could find enough hate or dislike or stupidity just to do something like that enough to have done it at all. Like,
that's
sense
the thing.
shit.
If you it's perfectly fine if you don't agree with furry or anything else for any matter, but you have the potential to hurt lots of innocent people, essentially. I don't care if you don't agree with what they're gathered for or if you don't like what it is that they're into. That's no reason to go out of your way to hurt people.
See, and I hear what you guys are saying about how it was like an attack on the furry fandom. I think it was actually the opposite, an attack from within the furry fandom. Like, it seems to be like this would be the kind of thing that we would do to ourselves.
Yeah, there are subcategories of furry, which it doesn't need going into, but there are some who do have interest in that kind of stuff, like the old war memorabilia and things. They have the knowledge capable of doing it, but I'd like to believe that no matter what your interests are, be it for fashion or whatever else wise, there should be no reason to have to do something like that. I mean, even furry drama in the fandom, nothing that I've ever seen should escalate to a point where you're actually physically trying to harm someone.
Yeah, really.
Not even to mention, that wasn't aimed at anyone specifically. It was left in a stairwell in a very crowded hotel. It's going to spread, and it's not even a Target thing. It was just left in a random stairwell. Who knows who was on what floors?
Yeah.
With something like that, too, it's like, again, it spreads. Even if you are targeting somebody in particular, there's no telling who else is going to be affected by it.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to quote it, and I think it also happened in 2014, was the Dr. Phil episode on furries.
Yeah.
And I hate Dr. Phil, so these words coming out of my mouth are like a horrifying stain on my soul. But he said it right. If it's not hurting anybody else,
or anything.
If it doesn't hurt anybody else, then who cares what you're doing? So long as you're not hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
That was his opinion on it. And I'm like, that was a good way of dealing with that. It hurts me to say Dr. Phil.
Good on you, Doc.
Mr. Phil.
Doctor, point out the obvious.
Yeah.
But when you look at what Dr. Phil said, you compare it to someone. Tyra Banks had a furry episode where it turned into a sexual thing. Who else had one?
CSI
had one. It was a sexual thing.
The CSI episode was what started all the furry in the pop culture, basically.
Yeah, it's infamous.
Dr. Phil took a neutral stance. Didn't say anything bad. I mean, he had crazies in, obviously. I mean, it's Dr. Phil. But his opinion on it was true. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, who cares what you're doing?
Yeah.
It was a flat statement.
As long as you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anybody else, who gives a damn?
And I mean, the people he had in were, with what they were doing, hurting others. Like, there was a crazy rabbit lady who cared more about rabbits than her kids. But that wasn't really a furry, that was just a crazy rabbit lady.
Yeah, like, you get people like that all the time.
And
especially
and then
cats.
there was the guy who pretended to be a dog who was hurting himself because it's like...
Names will not be said for the sake of names just not being said.
Yeah, but
I actually didn't watch it.
There was this guy who believed he was a dog, and it's like, you don't have a job, you don't, yeah. I can see you're laughing.
You eat dog food rather than people food, which, again, do your own thing, but
you're not contributing to society, and this is all that you're being. Like, the
other bit is, and I have no problem with people who are open about things. I mean, I'm open about a lot of stuff, even within my work. My work knows about, like, my... I don't think I've ever mentioned it on the show that I'm gender fluid, where I'm male and female. And I went and talked to my work about it because I wanted to go in certain days being female, same as anyone who's transgender who's suffering through that gender identity. Being open with something is fine, but... From what I understood of the individual who we're speaking about in the show, is this is not the first time he has showed up on a talk show and basically been the same thing, where they're turning him into a laughingstock over it, and unfortunately that hinders the furry community in and of itself more than it helps.
He himself doesn't really sound to me like he's a furry. He's just a guy who wants to be a dog.
Yeah. Anyway, the other furry they had was, again, a younger girl who was living with her mom.
Yeah.
Again, no job, no anything, which that I can see as a problem. But the fact that her mom was trying to pin everything on the fact that she was in the furry community, that I blame the mom for that one, but I can't not blame the daughter for, again, not contributing to normal society.
How old was she?
She was like 17 or 18, but she was like dropping out of school and not getting a job.
There's a lot of people who do that who aren't furry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
But
her mom was like, "Oh, it's the furry thing. You're spending all this money. You're going to cons. You don't know who's in those costumes. They're creeps. They're blah blah blah."
But if you look at even like in the past when video games first came out, it was the same thing. Hell, when Pokemon first came out, the religious community was all in an uproar that everything about Pokemon is terrible. So
I love you, Sentai.
Yeah. Oh my god. We were watching a video on religion and Pokemon from Game Theory. Great show if you watch it. It'll make you think. Probably more than we.
It wasn't Game Theory. It was Did You Know Gaming?
No, it was Did You Know Gaming. Both shows will make you think. But, no, it was, like, apparently part of the religious, like, propaganda against Pokemon was that if they gotta catch 'em all backwards, it said, I love you, Satan. And I'm just like, I was trying to phonetically put that together.
There's not even an S sound in that, in Gotta Catch 'Em All. Not one.
Yeah, I know. But if you play it backwards, it's like, they put it at the exact point where it was, and they put, like, subtitles on the bottom where it kind of like, and it kind of turned up, and it's like, I can kind of see where, but no.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Unfortunately, that's the closed-mindedness of certain parts of society. There's nothing that anyone can do to change that kind of stuff.
Everyone is a little closed-minded. Some are drastically more closed-minded than others, but
yeah, I mean, I'm closed-minded about things. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I try to be a little open. Like, if ever Riffti shows me a new game, even if it's not something that's like in my general category, I'll at least check it out. I won't touch Five Nights at Freddy's though. Something else that happened this year. I'm sorry, jump scare games bother me, and maybe it's just I'm sensitive to jump scares because I get really into the environment of a game. But I don't like jump scare games, and people are gonna hate me for it. But I don't like them. I don't like them. I like the concept of the idea.
I don't like jump scare games either. Like what?
I think we're straying into the game category, which we kind of wanted to stay away from.
Well, it's the same with jump scare movies.
Yeah. Yes.
There we go. I saved us.
There we go. Woohoo!
I don't like scary movies because they're not scary anymore. It's all about the jump scares.
Yeah.
It's something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Oh, there it is, and it still got me.
See, the thing.
Now it's not even that. It's something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Oh, nothing happened. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, they have that pause. The thing with a jump scare movie, though, is there's a major difference between if I'm watching a movie, there's a detachment from the movie. I know the movie's gonna jump scare me, and I know when it's coming. But if I'm playing a game, that's a physical interaction that you have with something. So you put yourself into that situation. So it's no longer, oh, that person's going to get attacked. It's no, I'm going to get attacked. And it's that different level of detachment for a movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm actually I pissed my dad off. We just finished watching the first 3 seasons of Homeland, and I'm like, at this one point, I just started I got the show. Like, I knew when things were going to happen, what was going to happen in this scene. At one point, she pulls up to a red light, and I'm like, she's going to start fiddling with something. It's going to go green. The car behind him's going to honk. And that's what happened. And my dad's like, you watched this, didn't you? You watched it. And I'm like, no, I just know this shit.
I didn't watch ahead, Dad. Why won't you believe me? You never believe me. You never take my side.
This took a turn.
I was going to say, something repressed you'd like to say. I mean, I have an excuse. I've met your family, though. They're fine with everything.
Oh, yeah, no, my parents are really open.
Yeah. Your dad's funny, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, we should see if at some point we can borrow your dad's karaoke stuff. We'll have a karaoke podcast.
No.
I'd do it.
No.
I would do it.
No.
We don't even need that. Like, fuck, we got video game systems. I have a Rock Band microphone.
No. No.
I actually have, like, some Rock Bands games left. I'm in the middle of selling all my stuff, but I still have the microphone. Yeah. I still have the Xbox. I still have some Rock Band games.
Oh, specifically
I have Rock Band, and I have, like, all of the, at least the main Guitar Heroes.
Yeah. Nice.
Good game. So what else happened in 2014? Or should we move on to what's happened this January?
Well, I think we should move on, because considering it's the end of January, the time to talk about 2014 was at the beginning of January.
Yeah. It's true. But I think that's what most of this January has been, was people complaining about 2014 for the first 15 days.
And then, 2014.
And actually, I wasn't around anyone who complained about 2014.
I saw it a lot on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, see, that's where you guys went wrong. You went with the social interaction of social media, whereas I talk to people in person. I actually haven't been on Twitter at all this year.
And I mean, like, other than the events that we've mentioned already, I didn't really have much of a problem with 2014. But then again, I'm I have an immature view of things a lot of the time. Like, to me, 2014 was, hey, we got Pokemon X and Y. And Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
No, 20 X and Y was 13.
Yeah, but we got a bunch of like cool stuff happening.
Well, yeah, but it was the end of 13, so we did the majority.
It was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know.
Plus, we had like both Smash Brothers. Like, to me, I liked 2014. A lot of cool stuff came out. It occupied a lot of my time. Unfortunately, that meant that was time I was not paying attention to the rest of things. Maybe that's where I'm finding the fault and not seeing a problem with 2014.
Yeah, 2014 just kind of happened around us.
Yeah.
It didn't really happen to us.
We were in our own little bubble.
I think the problem with 2014 is that nothing happened. Like, nothing major seemed to happen other than, like, you know, like if we look at furry specifically, we had the gas attack. But if we look outside of that, what outside of furry drew any sort of attention for us?
Actually, 2014 was a big year for furry.
Yeah.
Especially in the media. But, well, I mean, outside of the furry, this isn't entirely outside of the furry, but a great thing that happened in 2014 was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie.
And I say not entirely outside of the furry because of Rocket Raccoon, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Not created for the furry fandom, just because
he's a raccoon. The thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, though, is it still kind of falls down to that entertainment. 2014 was a good year for entertainment.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. It was a great year for entertainment. But what happened outside of entertainment?
Who cares?
Exactly.
I'm not entertained.
Yeah, but I think that's what people are getting at when they hate 2014 is that outside of entertainment, nothing happened, or bad things happened.
I think a lot of bad things happen personally to people.
Yeah,
it's going to end up being like the name of this podcast. It just 2014 sucked.
2014. 2014 or 2015 hasn't been that much better as of yet. I mean, granted, it's only been January. We've only had 1 month of 2015, but nothing's really happened other than snow. Lots of snow and cold.
Not even that much snow. I mean, we're not in the U.S., so we weren't dumped on.
No, which
like
is
2 feet of snow in the last 2 days, but
we're getting that in Thursday.
Yeah, apparently.
But no, like it's been a cold month, and I think as a result of the cold, not a lot of people are interacting outside of like internet. Like even
when the internet is nice and warm and welcoming, and I
hear that gas prices are supposed to go like way down in the summer.
Well, they're going to go down even further?
I heard somebody said that they're going to go down to like 60 cents.
Wow.
That would be incredible. Like, I have never filled my tank at 60 cents.
I think the other bit as well with gas prices as well. Like, I have one of my coworkers at work just sitting across from me. He owns a car. Doesn't take it to work. He actually has a bus pass, much like me, only because $70 a month for a bus pass is cheaper than the $120 it is to fill his tank to get back and forth from work for a week. So, like, the be-all, end-all is public transit is cheaper than your car, plus you got insurance on your car. This is the freedom of having your car, and you have it for those moments, but for your daily commute, it's cheaper to commute. So if gas prices drop, that's better for people who are like the driving community.
I don't know how, but a lot of people are saying that the lower gas prices is actually hurting our dollar. I don't see how it makes that
I thought our dollar was directly based on the price of our gold.
No, we haven't been running on gold standard since like the early 1900s.
Wow.
What I was going to say though is the fact that the dropping gas prices means that people can afford to actually like travel more. They can go places on a whim. And it's not so much, oh, well, gas money. You can take a day to go to the beach, or you can take a day to do whatever. So I think that...
And I could take you guys wherever you want, and gas money isn't going to be $5 anymore. It's going to be $2, yeah.
Like, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of option there. I like the idea of the transport, bringing it up. Because, I mean, like, what's the one in... what's the FurCon in Quebec?
What the Fur?
Yeah, What the Fur.
Oh, that's in Quebec?
Yeah,
it's in Quebec. That's something that... As residents of Ontario in such a small town as BrantFurred, that's a long way to go for someone like us. I mean, we'd love to go.
It's like a 7-hour drive.
We'd love to go, advertise, hang out with people. It'd be a great time. But it's a 7-hour drive, and gas is currently stupid expensive.
Well, no. Currently, it's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's only like 90 cents now.
Which is great. It
was
higher
like
than it was.
$1.30.
Yeah. Well, the highest I filled up at was, I believe, $1.34.
Like, I used to, in London, it was always hovering around like $1.21 until I left. So
yeah, no, it got up to like 130, whatever.
I have some friends in Hagersville that hang out every odd Thursday night, and there's a gas station along the way. Now Hagersville is close to the reserve areas, so they have cheaper gas out there, even cheaper than what I can get it at if I had a native status card, but I don't, so I can't. Save another 14 cents a liter. Anyway, like typically at that gas station, just like for what I can buy, it's about 7 cents a liter cheaper. And when gas was in its low 80s, I actually filled up my tank at 76.9. I hadn't filled up my tank at a price so low since I started driving 14 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I remember back in the day when I was like in elementary school, I was playing cross country Canada. And I went to my mom. I'm like, and my thing ran out of gas, so I had to go and pay somebody, and I paid them 80 cents a liter for gas because like I'm 6 and I have no idea what that means. Yeah. My mom's like, that is a terrible price for gas. I would never pay that 80 cents a liter for gas.
All I'm thinking
15 years later.
Yeah, I know, right?
All I'm thinking of with buying gas on the road is Birdemic, where the guy walks up. Yeah, this is a terrible movie. Watch it. It's just terrible. But
terrible movie. You gotta watch it. Oh God!
Guy walks up to the car. Like, you want to sell me some gas? No, we need our gas. He like pulls out a gun. Is like, hey, you're gonna sell me some gas. It's like, oh no, shit. I'm fine. What do you want?
Wait, he pulls out a gun and tells them he's gonna sell.
You're gonna sell me some gas.
I'm gonna give you money now as I point a gun to your forehead. And it's just like, really?
Sure. I will take your money at gunpoint and give you some gas.
This is a terrible situation.
The worst part is that like he takes the gas, proceeds to go, gets killed by a bird, and then they just drive off without their gas. It's just like, you made a huge deal about this gas. You just leave it. Terrible movies of like whatever that was probably like 2010.
I'm sorry, did you say he got killed by a bird?
It's called Birdemic.
Oh, I thought it was like Birdemic, like it was some guy's fucked up name.
Well, we'll add it to the list of bad movies you need to watch. Birdemic, The Room. Third movie that's probably we'll watch Food Fight.
Food Fight.
Is that Poop Rat?
Is that Poop Rat? Yes.
Is that Poop Red?
No, is that a Poop Rat?
Oh, Poop Rat.
Anyway, with our new half-hour episode time, we are starting to run out. We're on about 2 minutes left. Any closing notes? Considering what we've talked about.
Silence.
Crickets.
I can superimpose crickets in there if you want.
Please do it.
Yeah.
Please do.
It's much better than the rusty hinge sound she went with.
Well, anyway,
done.
Doesn't matter if we're a little under that 30-minute line. Anyway, that's going to be the podcast for beginning of February. So
end of January. We're not in February yet. It kind of bothers me.
We'll release this on the 1st, so it'll be the January podcast, but it'll be released on the 1st.
That will kind of bother me too. Damn it.
Okay, make up your mind. Anyway.
How about we release it on the 31st?
That would work.
Or the 30th or the 28th, depending on whatever the hell day of the
month. Yeah, the last day of the month.
All right. Last day of the month.
So, yeah, that works. That works. We'll just have to give ourselves enough time to record these.
Yeah.
Like a few days.
So that satisfies Foxin's OCD.
There we go.
Yay.
So later in the month, we'll probably be trying Nintendo Land. It's a very easy game to play, and it's a good thing to start off our gaming bit. We'll also probably do some Smash Brothers, and I think me and Foxin want to do Super Mario World just to start things off.
Well, yeah, we started off. We have a game on the go. We were like in the second area now.
We were at we were in the Forest of Illusion when we stopped. We made it pretty far in a short time.
Well, yeah, no, I know we unlocked the secret area after the ghost house.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably do another run.
No shit, we're in the third area.
Yeah, we're decently far.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. We will you'll see that coming up on the channel. So subscribe if you want more podcast content and
comment.
Yeah, subscribe, comment. Man, we're just hoarding ourselves out.
Save it.
Comment. We'll do our best
Share
to
it
comment
with your
back.
friends.
We have a
If you have
Facebook
friends.
page.
We do.
Follow our Facebook page. Like that.
Yeah.
We need a new Facebook page, though.
Yeah, we
Now
do.
have less people.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't really need. Well, yeah, I guess we kind of.
There's the local Brantford page for people who are locally in the Brantford area, and then we'll probably
We'll post it there too. You can like and fave that too, even if you're not from the local
like and
Brantford
favorite
area.
all the things.
Just
Be an
search
internet hole.
Brantford and like everything.
Yeah, that's BrantFurred.
FURRED.
We're assuming you can't read the title that will be below. Yeah, below on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Above, below.
Both.
And that's our end. So,
Wang, wang,
we'll see
wang.
y'all next time.
Bye, everyone. This is Riffti.
This is Foxin.
Isaac Zephyr, signing out.
Of course, the full name.